I know, she's so cute. What a historic day in the United States Capitol. We are so happy to pass the John Robert Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. What a historic moment, not just for us in the Capitol, but really for the people. It is about restoring the voices of the excluded, the vote. I want to thank all of you for being here as we celebrate this historic milestone in our fight to protect the right to vote for all Americans. I want to extend a special thank you to Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Leader Steny Hoyer, and Majority Whip James Clyburn for your continued leadership and attention to the need of the American people to get this bill across the finish line. I also want to thank Chairperson Jerry Nadler, Steve Cohen, Zoe Lofgren, G.K. Butterfield, and the other members of the House Committees on Judiciary and Administration for holding the necessary series of meetings and all of the oversight hearings to provide an opportunity for thoughtful engagement with civil rights and voting rights stakeholders, litigators, election officials, and the Department of Justice. Similarly, I want to thank the Tri-Caucus. Special thanks to Chairperson Joyce Beatty, to Raul Ruiz, as well as Judy Chu, and the rest of the Tri-Caucus members for their support and engagement throughout this process. Lastly, I want to thank all of the witnesses and organizations that participated in the series of congressional oversight hearings held by the House committees on the judiciary and administration. When I think about this day, I filed this bill in 4 successive Congresses since the Shelby versus Holder decision gutted pre-clearance Section 5 by finding the Supreme Court found that Section 4 was unconstitutional. This day is bittersweet for me because it's the first time that we've introduced this bill without our beloved Congressman John Lewis. I know that John's smiling because we're doing the people's work by ensuring that every American has an equal access to the ballot box. "56 years ago on Bloody Sunday, ordinary Americans made extraordinary sacrifices to hold our nation accountable to its highest ideals of justice and equality for all. There on the Edmund Pettus Bridge that looms large over my hometown of Selma, Alabama, many brave foot soldiers like our beloved colleague John Lewis, Amelia Boynton Robinson, and so many others fought, bled, and died for our sacred right, that fundamental right to vote. As direct beneficiaries of their legacy, we have been singularly focused on ensuring that their contributions to this nation will live on. That's why I'm so proud to celebrate today the House passage 219 to 212. Yes, H.R. 4, the John Robert Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. You know, for me, not only is this bittersweet to not have John here, I started today by talking to our Democratic caucus about the State of the Union during the 2015 when we had the Selma to Montgomery March, and my special guest was 103-year-old Amelia Boynton Robinson. I have a little post-it on my bathroom wall in Alabama, and it says, "Do your own work." Because Amelia Boynton Robinson at 103 said to all the people who came up to her that day at the State of the Union, everyone to a person said, "Oh, Miss Amelia, we stand on your shoulders, we stand on your shoulders." She said, "Get off my shoulders and do your own work." So I am so happy that today we've done our own work and that we're going to continue to do the work of the people. And I'm just excited to be standing here with such dynamic leaders, and I'm speechless, actually, the girl from Selma, because the boy from Troy is not here. But I just want to say to my constituency, Birmingham, Montgomery, my hometown of Selma, it's not just that I represent you all each and every day in Congress. I represent the legacy that is the civil rights and the voting rights movement. It is a legacy that we should honor each and every day, not just on this monumental milestone, because we do stand on the shoulders of giants, people who sacrifice, who had the courage and the temerity to stand up to impossible odds, so that what we do today in making sure that we honor and restore the vote, V-O-T-E, voices of the excluded. Voices of the excluded. What we do today, we do for the people. I want to now introduce our fearless leader, who made sure that we had the votes for the rule, as well as the votes to pass this bill. You honor me so often by coming to Selma, Alabama, and walking on that pilgrimage. So do you, Stenny, and so do so many of you who have walked across that bridge with John Lewis. And we know that John is smiling, because we got into some good trouble today, some really good trouble today. And with that, I'd like to bring the speaker up. Thank you again for your leadership.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.